how have you continued to push through during COVID?
Well, I think that, I just hustle and heart come to mind. That sets us
Hustle
apart.
and heart.
Hustle and heart sets us apart.
Welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 135, your place for inspiration and the blueprint for success for peak performers just like you. My special guest, Gigi.
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for coming. I know you have some showings this afternoon, so you're getting ready for that, and that's
right.
always exciting, yeah?
Yes, I get a relocation from Florida.
Wow.
So I get to show off Dallas, Fort Worth, and invite him to all these different communities, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, so real estate entrepreneur, author, philanthropist, giving back to the community, all of these things. How do you manage it all?
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy trying to keep a balance between those things, but
Right.
I try to keep a routine and stay consistent with my schedule, and a lot of time blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of time blocking, you at JPAR, we rolled out a new initiative called Knock Home Swap. And you were one of the first to jump on this, learn about it, get certified, and start bringing it to the marketplace. And you were so successful with it, you were featured in Inman and the national news and all kinds of stuff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah.
I never imagined that I would ever be interviewed by Brad Inman, who is like the real estate, media mogul, right? And but really, the rock stars are my clients, and so we had the opportunity to talk about their situation and how I was able to help them with the Knock Home Swap program.
Yeah. Well, tell us what got you excited about Home Swap? What got you excited about bringing it to your consumers, and how did your consumers love it?
Well, first of all, in my consultation with them,
Right.
right now what's happening is a lot of people, we talk about upsizing, downsizing. Right now, the word I'm using is right sizing. A lot of people are right sizing.
Mm-hmm.
Home means different things to different people. And for them, they wanted to move. They had a pool and they didn't want a pool anymore.
Right.
They're empty nesters. So they had certain concerns and problems that I needed to solve.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I found out they were having to sell their house and wanting to buy a house, of course, the knock program was a good solution for them.
Mm-hmm.
So with the knock solution, you get three things. Basically, you get the convenience
Mm-hmm.
of buying a new home, right? And not having to sell your home first. And then it's a cost savings because you have closing and moving costs that you don't need. And then the third thing is the certainty that you're able to provide, or offer with that's pre-funded,
Right.
and hopefully win in this multi-offer situation market that we're in.
Yeah. So they get convenience, certainty, clarity,
Cost savings.
and, and you're able to be the trusted advisor on both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how was the experience for you, and then how was it for them?
Well, it was a little bit different because these were past clients of mine.
Uh-huh.
So we already went through the traditional way 5 years ago.
Right.
So when they called me, they said, "Hey, tell me about this knock thing. What is this?" And I
Right.
had sent it out in my e-newsletter to my clients. I never thought that anybody really read them, but I guess apparently they do,
They did.
which was good.
Yeah.
And so when they were interested in it, it was just the perfect solution for them. And it was very simple, 3 steps. Basically, number one, you get them pre-approved. Then you go shopping for their new home, and then you sell their old home.
Right.
And in this case, we had done the traditional route, and this new solution, basically I was able to find them a home, get them in their new home, and then close on their old home 2 weeks later. So with their old home, they give you 6 months,
Right.
and we didn't need the whole 6 months because of the market. So basically sold it in a couple days, had about 4 offers, and happy clients, so happy me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm so happy they agreed to do the interview with you, and so what a great relationship.
Oh yes, lifetime relationship.
Yeah. So awesome. So obviously you'll be using that in your marketing and building your business, moving forward.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so let's move into the rest of your business besides, real estate, and Well, let's talk about that for a minute. Tell us a little bit. How have you continued to push through during COVID?
Well, I think that, I just hustle and
Mhm.
heart come to mind. That sets us
Hustle and
apart.
heart.
Hustle and heart sets us apart. Basically, we're able to provide a service and then
Hmm.
serve our community. So we work hard and we serve hard. And so with every transaction that we do, we give back to the community. We recently just gave back to issues with health,
Hmm.
heart, and homeless. And
Right.
that makes me feel like we're part of a bigger picture. We're all here to serve.
Hmm.
And so I'm just, love it when I'm able to help my clients and then give back as well. So that gets me going
Right.
because it's just so fulfilling.
Right. Well, speaking of heart, you have a passion for health and wellness, and did some work with the American Heart Association, I believe.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that. What drove that passion? Why is that a special initiative for you?
Well, my son was born with two heart defects as a
Hmm.
baby, and he was flown to Children's Hospital here in Dallas, and at 5 days old had open heart surgery. And then after that, he flatlined.
Hmm.
And so, if anyone's ever had any children and dealt with health issues like
Hmm.
that, I basically got on the floor and prayed for a miracle, and I received that miracle and made a vow that I dedicate my life to helping others prevent this from happening to them.
Hmm.
So I've been for the next last 29 years. I've been just educating. This is my passion project, my side hustle.
Hmm.
I will be doing this for the rest of my life. So got involved with the American Heart Association as a volunteer, and as a public advocate, going to Capitol Hill,
Hmm.
doing a lot of things, just whatever I can, in children's books, telling the story,
Right.
hoping to educate families on prevention. And yeah, it's been a heartfelt project and one I'll do for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow. I can tell it's obviously very meaningful for you.
Yes.
Well, so what advice would you give folks, and where can they go get more information about heart health or wellness and that kind of thing?
Well, they can actually go to our websites, www.healthfoundation.org, where we have a
Hmm.
lot of resources,
Hmm.
and or they can give me a call. Always, there's always ways they can volunteer in their community. There's You're the Cure. Basically, just
Right.
when there's bills that need to be passed, you just sign up and you're a voice. So every
Right.
voice matters. And so there's so many ways to get involved, or just I like the grassroots, just going to the schools and reading my children's book in English and Spanish,
Right.
because the Hispanic population needs this message of heart health. And then at the end, getting to teach these kids about not
Yeah.
only about heart health, but how do you become a leader in your community? And what they tell me teaches me so much.
Yeah. Well, what I love about this episode is you can be a successful businesswoman, you can be a successful entrepreneur, but that doesn't have to come at the sacrifice of serving and giving back to your community, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So,
Just
congratulations on that.
thank you.
Well, as we wrap up this episode, what would you like to share with the audience before we kind of close this up?
Well, I would like to share that, we're going through just some difficult times
Hmm.
right now. And so thank you so much for being a guiding light to all of us.
You're
We
welcome.
all need to be lights right
Hmm.
now and help those that are in need. A lot of people are suffering, not only from maybe physical health, mental health, occupational, financial health.
Hmm.
I talk about seven dimensions of wellness. Those are some big ones that are happening right now.
Hmm.
And it's okay not to feel okay, that there's people out there to help, and that the one character trait I think that is important for us to all be resilient during these times,
Hmm.
because if we're not, you know we're going to be the ones, those are going to be the ones left behind. This is a new normal we're living, and resilience means you know getting yourself back up
Hmm.
through difficult conditions, and we're going through those times right now.
Right.
So just I would tell people, just continue doing what you love to do and share your gift with others and be a light to others.
Right. And for some, it may not be easy to be resilient. It comes
No.
naturally for some and harder for others. So that's where I think you were saying reach out to someone, reach to a friend, reach to a partner, reach to someone in your community, because everyone's willing to help. Right.
Right, we're all in this boat together, right?
Yeah.
So
And so figuring out the new routines, the new things that can be done safely.
yes,
Anxiety is very high, isn't it?
stress.
Yeah,
You
stress
know,
and
how are you
anxiety.
coping? You know, we all have stress, and there's good stress and there's bad stress. You know, it's how are you coping with your stress? What are you doing?
Mhm.
You know, is it your physical? Are you, you know, yoga is a good thing. Meditation is a good thing. Um, you know, just little 10 minutes during a day
Right.
to just focus on something healthy, you know, will really change your mindset. We all talk
Mhm.
about mindset, and it'll push you through the day and
Right.
get you. So 10 minutes is all you need to do something healthy and coping with the stress that or anxiety that you're feeling.
Right. So I was just thinking, during this period of time, it's even more important to be intentional about the
Yes.
connections we make and
Yes.
to stay connected. Maybe it's through Zoom, maybe it's through FaceTime, maybe it's through text or whatever. But to stay connected is even more
Hmm.
important, isn't it?
Well, it's yes, especially during this virtual, everything's virtual nowadays. And I miss it, you know, as being the type of personality that I am,
Right.
like I need people. I need energy from people. So having those little coffee, maybe meeting for coffee conversations
Hmm.
and you know, taking the time to care, making a phone call to someone, just checking in,
Hmm.
writing a little personal note. It takes what, a couple minutes,
Hmm.
but it's so appreciated. People knowing that you're
Yeah.
thinking of them. So it's not always about the business. What are we going to get out of it? You know,
Right.
it's making those connections and staying connected with our loved ones and our
Yeah.
friends and our clients.
Well, speaking of being connected, I'm glad you came to the studio today so we could see each other face to
Yes.
face and do this live rather than Zoom. So, all right. Well, with that, as we wrap up, I want to thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
your leadership.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thanks for being here and sharing. And we're anxious to hear more about your Knox success stories over the next couple of months and years. And we'll have you back on the show.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. With that, we'll see you soon on another episode of Success Superstars.